Hey everybody, what's up? We got a new newsletter today for the 9th anniversary of Undertale, although it's actually a day early. It's the 14th right now, but I think in Japan it's the 15th now, which is why this released in the afternoon of the 14th for us here on the east coast of America. So it is 9th birthday, happy 9th anniversary to Undertale. We got Toriel here with, I believe there are 9 candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yep. Wonderful. So a lot of 9s, obviously, good little cheeky little reference to everybody's favorite number from the Jenna route. That means it's been 9 years since the 8th anniversary, and 99 years since the game came out. Here's to another 999999999 years. Interview with Mr. Sans Undertale here. So what do you think about the number 9?
9's okay, but I kind of feel bad for how it ended up. 7 ate it.
7, 8, 9?
Yeah, at least that's what the theorists are saying.
I don't believe it. I refuse to believe that 7, 8, 9. 7 is supposed to be the cool number. Why would they? They would never do that. It's just a pun, Papyrus. 7, 8, 9, like the number series. Ah, I see. A pun. That explains my bizarre lack of amusement. Well, how about the counter pun? 5, 6, 7. If 7 is some kind of cool dog or wolf, and 5, 6, 7 on 9, wouldn't that mean the 5 is the real culprit, an irresponsible dog owner, and that 7 was just a misled antihero? If 7 loved 5, maybe they were just doing what they felt like they had to. No, 7 was weak. Duty is no reason to harm another. Numbers are stupid. I'll wreck them all. Get out of here, math. I'm like numbers. Don't worry, Alphys. I'll leave 0 and 1. That way you can do nerd stuff.
So, 111, 1000, 1001?
Then Papyrus says something in binary, but unfortunately, I am incapable of reading that.
Let's step back a sec. If 7 is a misled anti-hero, is -7 a villain who thinks he's good?
No, you're starting with the wrong premise. We need to go from the motivation. Count.
So, -9, -8, -7.
This time, -9, -8, -7.
So they spit him out?
Well, if eating makes food go away, perhaps negative eating is cooking? After all, making food and eating food add up to nothing. Not in my brother's case. Eating any food seems to generate hamburger wrappers and peanut shells.
Okay, for it to be the opposite of eating, negative eating is cooking. That also deletes trash.
Maybe the trash is getting cooked. That'd use it up. Cooking disgusting garbage. Aha! It's just like when my brother makes food. So following this formula, -7 is Papyrus, who had Sans, -9, cook for him. What? I'm the villain?
Maybe you seem like an enemy, but you're actually a good guy.
What? Why would I ever be an enemy? This was a very weird potluck. By the by, does anyone want a 9th serving of escargot served in the shape of a 9? Does anyone want a 1st serving of vegetarian stargazy pie? Please don't eat the spaghetti, it's still congealing.
Seems normal to me. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Very, very good. I love these little goofy things they always do in the newsletters.
We've got the 9th anniversary kitchen set, which I did see prior to recording this video. I took a quick glimpse through all the different things. But Fangamer's putting out some kitchen-related products. You've got the apron. My favorite is this, the Toriel oven mitt is absolutely adorable. I love it. I might actually get one of these. I asked for this. You can get your own weird but cute Toriel to use as an oven mitt. She's a bit flat, but apparently stuffing her snout with more fluff would have increased her flammability. Seriously, we looked at another company's character head as oven mitt product, and it actually isn't legally an oven mitt, because it's too flammable. That's right, and let's see, we got the dog mug here. Fill the mug with milk or another opaque liquid and drink it and reveal the dog sitting inside. This is another request from me. I had a similar cup as a child. It had a sort of creature at the bottom and you wouldn't be able to see it until you drunk almost everything. Try serving hot chocolate or something that people have never seen it before. Or use the hidden dog as a motivator to get someone to drink some terrible medicine. Since it's not clear if the dog has any concept of good or evil, it is unaware of the effects caused when it is used in this way. Alternatively, you can fill it with one of those chocolate cakes that's supposed to look like dirt and excavate the dog with small spoons. Then you could bury it again. We got a papyrus plate. The Sans mug is great. It's got his little final attack. I wonder if you can hold right on the mug in order to dodge the attack. Certain parts are transparent, so different liquids turn his eye different colors. As a result, if you make anything other than blue lemonade, he's basically going to turn into an AU version of Sans. Please be responsible. Oh, we got a little Toriel dish. And the apron, of course. What did you say, reader? It looks like the Triforce, not the censor mark, bro. I guess I should have expected that from a lower tier subscriber. I haven't gotten the email I haven't gotten the actual Truck Freak email yet. I'm just going off of the Fangamer site. Coming later, we've got Sans and Papyrus salt and pepper shakers, which feels easy because, you know, S&P is the abbreviation. Deltarune progress update. That's what all y'all are really here for, right? Last time I explained everything left required to release Chapter 3 and 4. If you missed it, the information is here. By the way, regarding testing Chapter 1+2 with the new Game Maker function, we are waiting on the Game Maker team to help out with some issues we've been having. It will take a little longer, but when things are ready, we will let everybody know on the official Twitter. It's only been a month. I am writing this on September 3rd, but let's quickly review what has been done in that time. We have a new screenshot of Chapter 3 with some weird-looking guys, kind of some dark, messed-up-looking imagery. I can't wait to play this. As mentioned before, Chapter 3's main content was completed a while ago. Chapter 3's Japanese localization is currently in the checking phase. 8.4, the company, is going through the game carefully to determine that all of the lines display correctly in Japanese. This process should be completed by the beginning of October. We are hoping to begin professional testing of the PC version in mid-October. And then we got Chapter 4 here. We met our internal deadline to complete Chapter 3 and 4's main content, which was September 1st. With that, Chapter 4's PC version is essentially complete, minus some bug fixes and Japanese localization. A preliminary pass of Chapter 4's translation is now being worked on. I expect this first pass will be finished at the time we send out the next newsletter. After that would come additional passes and then checking, like Chapter 3 is undergoing now. By the way, I've seen some more people were able to play Chapter 4. I've seen people play it 6 times now. Everyone liked it. Watching it now, it feels really complete. And then we got Chapter 5 here. Anyone not working on localization, console porting, or fixes is now working on Chapter 5. This will be the main focus for us moving forward. I'm really excited to see this chapter get made. Overall, regarding 3 and 4's development, I have personally completed everything I can actively do for it. Now, all I can do is wait for localization and testing. Getting to this point and then having to wait, it feels like I'm strapped to a chair with delicious food just out of my reach. But they exist. Chapter 3 and 4 are real. Now it's just a matter of time. Chapter 2, concept art and unused music. This is actually, I had this on my prediction list. I thought we were going to get more music, so. Although it is technically Undertale's anniversary, I consider this day to be a celebration of Deltarune as well. Sorry guys, you have to share a birthday party this year. Since it's been a while since Chapter 2's release, please allow me to share some materials from its development. I hope you enjoy it. Unseen Chapter 2 concept art. So we have some early concept art here. We've got the mouse cat, so this ended up being mouse and task, of course. Most NPCs will be face electric socket, comes out of the wall socket, kind of brainish. Look at all this. I love these. The light switch bird. Fantasy. Plug guy. This design sucks. What kind of animal or monster could be plug themed? He can't see. What can he see? What can he see? What is he incapable of seeing? What's blacked out here? What is this? Why can't he see? I bet you this word here is shit, by the way. I bet you say it, you can't see shit. I bet you that's what it is. This is one of the first images I drew while brainstorming concepts for the chapter. From the beginning, I knew I wanted to have enemies with electric sockets for faces. This idea is so good that the new Mario and Luigi game is also doing it. These are just sketches and not real designs, so none of them got used. I really like the plug guy drawing. Got the mad mailer. This looks like something out of
Paper Mario. These ideas precede Vera Virakun, Spamton, and Mouse. I see. Ultimately, they were not used because their existence conflicted with those characters. Seems like Mad Mailer's tie would have been prehensile. Not sure what the top thing's supposed to be. A Kirby enemy? We got the fan Buzzmite. That's a cool looking guy. Repels flame attacks, alt, having hands. A flying enemy character inspired by a computer fan. Kind of cramped in here, but pick what you like. This was created before Chapter 1. The character is merely a placeholder concept and not intended to be an actual character. It's just an example of how we could use the shop visual real estate to have a cool character. This ended up being used for rules, of course. He has that exact same pose. Kind of cramped in here, but pick what you like. Maybe the shopkeeper be some sort of cool cyber robot. I never designed his body or thought anything past this. We got Queen here. Oh my god, I'm going to be seeing this in my nightmares. What is this, dude? Yo, what's with the teeth, man? That's freaky. Well, they kind of had like the Medusa head thing going on here for a while. That's cool. It took me a very long time to figure out Queen's design. I wanted her to be intimidating and cool. Inspirations included Hexadecimal from Reboot, the Alien Queen from Alien, Power Ranger Bad Guys, and Rose Master from Cucumber Quest. I wanted her head shape to be unique so that it wouldn't overlap with these existing characters too much, but it was difficult. As you will see, of various people, I am the best. Damn, this situation bites. You could say it mega bites. I hate these concepts. Are so goofy, dude, all this text. As I began writing her dialogue, she shifted to be a more humorous character. I decided to reflect this in her design, realizing simple might be best. Initially, I was trying to draw her sprite with her head facing straight on, but it was ultimately lacking in personality. Here are some last-ditch attempts at a different head shape. I thought a handkerchief-like head shape with giant hoop earrings would make her seem more like a crazy aunt/crazy mom type of character. I still don't dislike it. In the end, though, simple is best and easiest to draw. Got some enemies here. Nothing fits the computer virus better than a small imp or devil creature. Creation was trial and error, and this is Vero Vero. As you see here, I do really like this final design more than the Tasmanian devil kind of look that it had. Oh, let's see, we got the little cars. Originally, the cars would have been fightable. I still like the poses. By the way, the car with legs is inspired by the default 3D model from Mario Artist Polygon Studio. Okay. Was you gonna use a tractor beam headlight attack? That's sick. Tusk. Task was going to be called Tusk and a lion. You know, Tusk. It would have been controlled by a lion tamer, Task, who eventually became Task Manager. That's why she had a whip. See? There's a good reason for it. He knows. I like the detail of their tails being a pointer which turns into an hourglass when they get overwhelmed. The idea of petting something so much it gets overstimulated comes from a childhood memory of mine. We went over to my cousin's house and they had an Aibo robot dog toy. Me and my brothers all pet it at the same time, and my cousin was like, "Stop, you're killing it." That was a nice memory. The werewires. Oh my gosh, look at all the attack concepts. Details on how the plug enemy works. Originally, I imagined Queen controlling various characters using plugs, as seen in some of the very early concept art. However, I ended up restricting this idea to mostly one character. I wasn't sure if the wire should attach to the top of the screen or shrink into a nose. I reused the wireless idea with wire. Am I allowed to be proud of this design? Yes, Toby, you are. I think it's great. I like the... That's great. I love Chris just getting yeeted. NPCs/existing character sprite concepts. It's Newbert! Yes! Newbert! Look at all these guys. Various NPCs, most of them are directly included in the chapter. The Addison's design were created in relation to Spamton, so in the end, the in-game versions look more similar than this than the concept art. Printor was not used, but a sprite and dialogue were created, as well as a printer-based song that he could play. I just thought there's too many NPCs already. Wow, that's terrible. I love it. Swatch's initial art What was going on there? By the way, I'm pretty sure his overworld sprite was based off of my concept art instead of Gigi's redrawn version, so that's why it looked a bit off in the cafe. Ah, did I really just draw all this stuff directly without any sketches? So we got Birdley's armor here. Smugly explaining how great he is. Gets dejected and loses armor. Gets defeated. Chess drew the original concept for Birdley's Dark Lord outfit, so there it is in the top left. She drew the original sprite too. I simplified it by slightly removing the cape. That sad Birdley in the bottom left is so good. And then we've got, No! These are great. I love looking at stuff like this. This is absolutely wonderful. Cool land on the ground. Hard for draw, but... Officer Bluke needed 4 turnaround and lie down pose. Sleepwalking Toriel. Ignore. Splat noise as he gets stepped on. Reference for various poses. Splendid Land's art. My friend Samanthuel, aka Splendid Land, did a ton of concept art for Chapter 2. Sadly, I couldn't use all of it because many of the concepts didn't end up aligning with the final version of the game, but the designs themselves are super amazing. I'm thankful I got to use any of them. Specifically, I really wanted to use the paint enemy as a mini-boss since I thought it'd be a really fun mechanic. Below were her notes on all of them. She also provided ideas on how she thought they could be used. Ooh. Oh, so Hacker and Pop-Up. So, the floppy disk guy. Not snooping as usual, bro. That's crazy. Yo, ping us in the newsletter. Tell me the funny numbers on your mom's credit card to get a prize. I'm glad to see we all have the same sense of humor here. I was given the broad theme of Cyberworld and tried to pretty much design whatever I wanted, expecting only a handful to actually make it in. I made all of these myself within a couple days, just making whatever came to my mind. Hacker guy, I don't know what their name is, wants to discover the secrets of the world and has special abilities, though they aren't aware of them. Hacks by randomly smashing keys and even swinging their mouse around the air. Could keep escalating in silly ways. Handsome face. When they stand over a spot that can be hacked into, their cursor-shaped head turns into a pointing finger. They don't notice this change, so it's up to you to help them. Look at all these. Funny egg! Can the fate of this pet be altered? Maybe not. Has an existential crisis if the pet dies, as their body is the battleground of life and death. These are all so good. Painter would basically be like Adeline, but with crude MS Paint effects, especially the airbrush. Diskette spins in place until talked to. Some kind of internet thing. Data, little icon-like creatures who march onwards with unknown purpose. Pop-Up. Hides underneath tile and springs upwards annoyingly. Touching its forehead makes it return underground temporarily. A pest. Well, that didn't actually make it into the game, but... Ooh. Yeah, that's kind of a spooky-looking virus. We got Antivirus, which ended up being Ambulance. Corrupted Data. Ooh. That's freaky-looking. Cyberworld, a rough vision of what would be in the inside of a computer could look like. Cyberhouse. The Masked Dancers. Chess. Concept art of Birdley's armor designs in the Dark World by Chess. That Noelle is really cute also. Yeah, I love this drawing. Wow. It's adorable. Hold on, we gotta look at the notes behind it. Headset, 2 pockets. Chess also drew Birdley's original Dark World sprite and provided an option for his Dark World outfit to just be him with an extra shirt pocket. Let's see, we got Temmie art. Ooh, we got Queen here. Temmie's concept art of Queen's chair. You can see her weird old head here as well. There, that's a good chunk of the most interesting concept art. Perhaps in the future I can show you the messy leftovers that aren't included here. Thanks for looking. We have some unused music as well, which, as editing this, you should be hearing this as I've been reading. So I can't actually play any of this without just getting copyright strikes, but creating music first can be a useful way to figure out the identity and tone of a boss or scene. However, ideas and characters change, and those initial ideas don't end up working out. So here's some rejected tracks from the 2nd chapter. We've got Power of Neo Unfinished. After creating Undertale, one of my goals for Deltarune was the players to finally be able to challenge a real version of Mettaton Neo that didn't just end in one turn. For that purpose, I actually created a few mock-ups for an extended version of Power of Neo. There's even another one from 2016, LOL. Unfortunately, try as I might, I could never create a full-length version of the song I was satisfied with. Eventually, the boss concept evolved to involve Spamton, and with that, the music changed as well. I still like the last half of the song. The guitar section was inspired by Brandish's song Ending 2. All of it is pretty placeholder, though. It's still fun to imagine fighting something to this, though if I was given another opportunity to extend Power of Neo, I'd probably do something different. We've got Power of Spamton Older and Power of Spamton. So this is just more evolutions on the... The drums are essentially placeholder. Once Spamton's presence in the Neo battle became solidified, I realized the original track wouldn't fit anymore, so I tried to work in some more sinister and creeping feelings. The new idea became this. The two tracks are nearly identical, but the newer version has different drums and more elements of Spamton theme in the intro. It's also even more unfinished. We've got Spamton Battle Forgotten. Apparently this was the first concept I came up with for Spamton's battle theme. To be honest, I have absolutely no memory of this. When I found it in my files, I was quite surprised. Maybe Spamton made it himself. By the way, originally I was planning to have Spamton's intro song, Hey Every, also be his shop theme. It was planned that it would slowly drop in pitch the longer you stayed in the shop until it was unrecognizable, but that ultimately did not match the tone of the dialogue, so I ended up using dial tone for that. Giga Queen Old. The song that plays when Giga Queen first appears is actually a slowed down version of the original battle song I had created for her. Although the instruments are placeholder, I actually think this song isn't half bad, just it didn't really sound like much of a boxing match. After I created Thrash Machine's power-up sequence beforehand, I decided to instead make a song based on that. Castletown Unfinished. Originally I wanted the Castletown to sound very upbeat, but something about it reminded me of like that one Got Ye song. The melody of the initial parts ended up being a bit too repetitive for me. I really like how the song sounds from 45. The song is completely unfinished past 127. Rules Battle. This one is in one of the trailers before. I actually showed this one before, but the truth is that I had made it for Chapter 2 and not Chapter 1. The song was way too serious, though, so I had to make a goofier battle theme later. Queen Battle Original. I think this is my favorite of the unfinished tracks. At least it's the one I listened to the most when I was working on the game. Back when Queen looked more intimidating, I wanted to use this as her boss theme. Personally, I still really like it, and I even wanted to try to use it for Burley's battles instead, but the issue is that it just didn't match either of the theme melodies I'd already created for those characters. Bizarrely, I seem to have made this after already making her theme song, as an early version of her theme song is inside this project file. 130 onwards, piano only, is totally unfinished. I love getting to see unused stuff. We got the conclusion. Thank you very much to everyone still reading these letters. These letters are happy to still be read. Are you happy reading them? Here's a letter. It's not this letter, but you can still read it. But did it make you happy to read it? See you this year and next year. Bye-bye. Let's look at the letter. My best friend's favorite number is 9. It's because there isn't a number that's higher. 9, 99, 999, 9999. If everything gets high enough, you become invincible. Nothing can hurt you anymore. Nothing can hurt anyone anymore. But isn't it scary to think there's a highest number? That if you made 99 good memories, you couldn't hold anymore? So I don't like to keep count of the flowers we pick or the times that they laugh or how many scary faces they make. I just hope we'll be friends for 999 more years. And that is the end of the newsletter, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was informative and a good recap of it.